Hello everyone. Welcome to the lecture series on renewable energy engineering. I am Mili Trivedi, Assistant Professor of Mechanical Engineering Department at LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. Let us carry on our chapter named Solar Energy. And in this session, we continue our study about application of solar energy. In the last session, we have covered the solar oven up to solar oven. So now let us start. Now, in this, we'll study about solar space heating. Okay. Now, it has two parts: active space heating and passive space heating. Again, in the active space heating, it has again two parts: basic hot water system and basic hot air system. Okay, and passive is the passive one. So here we have to consider the basic hot water system as well as hot air system. In general, we have to use this for the space heating purpose. Okay, so now let us explain what the basic hot water system is. As you see in the diagram, there are heat exchanger, solar collector, solar collector, and pump and other system. Obviously, we have to put the solar collector at the rooftop position. Okay, because we are using the pump, it is the forced circulation type of system. Now, it also requires the other systems, as you see in this diagram. In general, the flat plate solar collectors are kept on the rooftop, okay, which absorbs the heat energy from solar radiation. This heat energy is stored in the water kept in the insulated water tank. It means we have to store all the heat energy in the water tank. Okay. Now, hot water is circulated through the exchanger, in which cold air from the room passing through and hot air is coming out to heat the space in the room. Okay. So it means we have to circulate all the tubes with the heat exchanger. Okay, now the supplementary electric heaters are also provided in case when the solar radiations are not available. So this system is bit of complex and it requires expensive maintenance. Okay, but this all terms are used where there are very less sunlight or sun heat is available. We can use it at the icy areas. Okay, so now let us start the basic hot air system. Now, flat plate solar air heater are used to heat the primary circulated air. Okay, so there are also the flat plate collectors by which there are tubes, and in the tubes we have to forcefully circulate the air. Now, if by the solar radiation the tubes gets heated, and if the tubes gets heated, the air inside it will also gets heated. Okay, so it is the air system, hot air system. Now, which transfer the heat of the solar radiation to the large capacity heat storage tank containing gravels or pebbles. Okay, now hot air circulating the pump shucks the cold air from the room and the heat storage tank where it is heated and supplied back to the room for the space heating. So it is a very simple technique. We get cooler air from the room, and by circulating the heat to the flat plate collector, we get the heated air, and then it will again supply to the system, as you see in our diagram. Now, electric heaters are also fitted in the heat storage tank, a backup to be used when the solar radiations are not there. Obviously, it is very, very important. In this system, there is no use of water, hence there is no problem of corrosion. Okay, now it is the passive space heating system. Now, as you see in our diagram, it represents the passive space heating system. Now, passive, it means not active one, remaining whatever we have studied earlier, they all are active. It means directly we are using the solar energy. In this case, we use the passive system. So passive space heating system does not have any moving parts like air blower or water pump, etc. It works on the principle of heat transfer, such as conduction. South facing walls of the building work as a heat collector. It means building should be the south facing walls. Okay, they are made with the two parallel walls with in between some gap, which serves as a heat storage. Now the outer wall is painted with a black color to absorb the heat from the radiation. Now as you see, air circulation vent A and B, which can be open and closed. We can open and close the air vents. Are kept at the upper and lower level inside the wall. A is at the upper side, B at the lower wall, as you see in this diagram. The vent C is kept on the outer wall. There is the another vent D at opposing the wall also. During the summer season, vent B, C and D are kept open and vent A is closed. The cold air being heavier will enter from the CB in the room and hot air from the room will go out from the point D. Now in this way we can get cold air circulation. Okay. Now during the night time when hot air is required, vent C is closed. Hence hot air is trapped in between space of the two walls and it will enter the room through the vent A and cool air from the bottom will go at the outside, okay, from the vent B. Now at that time vent D is kept closed. Of course, it is the passive heating and it is not as effective as active space heating method, but due to its simplicity and easy, it is made more effective. Okay, now here there are some more example of passive space heating system. In the foreign countries where there is very less sun radiation and colder places, they are used this kind of passive space heating system. They are also using this structure made of glass material so that the system may get heated well and the heat will remain there inside for the longer time. Okay, and the warm air comes from the upper side and the cooler air will circulate at the downside and air can be circulated in this way. So this is the passive air heating system. Now about the solar distillation process. First you should understand what the solar distillation is. Distillation is a process of evaporation of salty water and condensing the vapor back into the pure water. Okay, it is used to make distilled water. In solar distillation process, heat energy of solar radiation is used to evaporate the water. The apparatus used for making this is called solar still. There are basically two types of solar still. First is basin type solar still and second is portable solar still. Okay, so now let us study about basin type solar still. Generally it is a cement concrete basin, okay, or a shallow water tank having depth about 20 to 25 centimeters. Okay, it is constructed in the ground, inside the ground should be constructed, and it is a black painted. Black paint is obviously applied at the bottom surface of the basin to absorb the heat of the solar radiation. An airtight transparent glass cover is provided as you see in this diagram, and a channel around the periphery of the basin collect the evaporated distilled water. Now what will happen? Because there is the black painted surface and there is a slanting glass plate cover, with respect to the solar radiation which are penetrated through the glass cover and touched at the bottom surface of the solar still, because there is the water inside it or salty water inside it, it may get heated. Now the heated water will get evaporated and then it is collected and condensed on the in the forms of droplets on the cold surface of the glass cover. Okay, and this droplet of the pure water traveled on the glass surface and collected in the channel, from which it is finally collected in the bottles or the cans. So this is simple basin type of solar still. Now, quantity of a distilled water which is collected per square of glass surface, okay, per square meter of a glass surface, and it is called the capacity of solar still. How much water is how much water we are getting. It depends on the depth of the water in the basin, slope of the glass cover, thickness of the glass, insulation around the basin, and rate of evaporation and intensity of solar radiation, which is most prominent one. Now, efficiency of a solar still is about 10 to 40%. Obviously, it is very less other than the unnatural kind of sources. Now, the distilled water, where we are using the distilled water? Obviously, in the hospital and so many pharmaceutical industries and automotive batteries, larger capacity of solar stills are made for distillation plant. Okay, to supply sweet water for drinking purpose. In Australia and Greece, solar stills more than 100 square meter area are constructed to supply the drinking water to the general public. And in Avania village of Bhavnagar district, a similar solar still of 5,000 liter capacity has been made to supply the drinking water system. So it is very important, and there are much more experiments done on the solar still nowadays present. Because there is a lack of water, lack of drinking water and drinking water availability, as you know, all over the world. So we are trying to research more and more about the solar still, and we will get the drinking water if we require. Now, portable solar still, which is the portable one you can make at your home also. Portable solar still are made from reinforced plastic, okay, in the form of shallow water tank, having area about 1 to 2 square meter, which is very less, and in depth about 10 to 20 centimeter, which is the portable one. Now, the insulation is provided around the tank and the airtight container which is having the glass cover. We can use the ABS plastic instead of the glass cover because it will give us the nearly same property. Now, a channel below the glass cover and around the periphery. There is a channel below the glass cover and around the periphery. Glass cover is about 4 to 10 mm thick, okay, and bottom surface is obviously painted black. So they are nearly the same kind of construction is that. When the sun rays falls on the water through the glass, the water is evaporated because of the heat generation and collected and condensed inside the surface of the glass, and it is comparatively cooler than the vapor. The water condensed in the form of droplets and collected in the channel, and it is then bottled as you see in this diagram. The portable solar still is a very simple passive device and can give about 2 to 5 liter of distilled water per day. As you see, there is only 1 to 2 square meter size, and nearly 10 to 20, it means it is nearly like this much of depth, and it will give us nearly 2 to 5 liter of drinking water. Okay, so we can use it if there is the shortage of drinking water in our area. Okay, so this is it, students. Thank you all of you for watching this video. If you have any query, you can contact